Speaker. I'd like to just also congratulate the previous Speaker on her appointment, and also the member across the House, Chris Hipkins, and congratulations on your tenacity in bringing this forward, and surely you are the Energiser MP. Let's make it clear that we are all heading in the same direction in terms of we want to see renewable energy increase in its supply to generators, and by 2025 our commitment is that we would have 90%. I think our area of disagreement is the mechanisms by which that happens. The Labour Party want to bring back the ban, and just like they brought back the bus. We prefer, Mr Speaker, through the ETS to bring a financial mechanism which will incentivise renewable energy as the energy source of choice, increasingly as we see the cost of fossil fuels increase around the world. Mr Hipkins, I think that you may be incorrect in saying that the attitude out there in the marketplace is not adverse to your suggestion in this bill. Certainly if the comments that came through in early 2008 stand true today, and I don't see why they wouldn't, because there's such similarity. We know that Todd Energy, for example, one of our major exploration companies, said that the then government, the Labour government's ban or planned 10-year ban on gas-fired baseload power stations was ill-conceived. That was their opinion, posing risks of much higher power prices. They went on to say went on to say that they would bring damage to the gas sector. It's very interesting because though you may dispute that it brought a slowdown of gas exploration, what was noticeable, particularly around my neck of the woods in New Plymouth, was that generators started to look for alternate gas supplies when they thought that the gas supply in New Zealand was going to diminish. And they looked, it was Contact and Genesis at that particular point in time, looked at importing gas. And interestingly enough, they looked at LNG, liquefied natural gas, which is happening more and more around the world as people are hungry for energy. And if you've done your research, you will know that liquid natural gas, in terms of its process to liquefy it, transport it and then regasify it, creates a carbon footprint equivalent to coal. And so it's interesting to see that when your moratorium came into place, that generators in this country were looking to replace a diminishing supply of gas with gas from overseas that had an increased footprint of 40% around that particular point in time. No, I'm not indeed. I'm not. I'm stating that there are unintended consequences to what you're proposing. There are unintended consequences to what you're proposing, which is why Richard Tweedy made the comment that, ironically, this upward pressure could actually lead to a switch back to coal or other greenhouse gas-intensive sources of energy. And so that is the comment of people in the industry. That was the outcome that happened in our area of Taranaki. What I think is notable to also acknowledge, and I think the Honourable Nathan Guy mentioned it, was that in this last year, Meridian's West Wind project in Makara, 143 megawatts has come online, as well as the Mighty River Power's 130 megawatt Na'awa Purea geothermal station, and in December 2008, the Mighty River Power's 100 megawatt Karau geothermal station came on stream. There is an increase in renewable power sources happening in the country, which causes me to ask the question, why are you bringing this bill forward? The nation that you proposed as an international leader that went from, I forget the figures, 7% to 25%, something like that, am I correct? I can't recall, up there in Scandinavia, only has a third of what we do in terms of our renewable energies. We are a world leader. We have very high levels, and we are, I believe, moving in the right direction. The only difference of disagreement, I believe, is the mechanism by which we get there. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable